The following video is not made for kids under 13. If you are not 13 years old, please exit out of the video now. And please, YouTube, do not sue me. Hey guys, Liamoki here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Had Rean Schwarzer's Powers. This is part 4. In the last part, Izuku was training with All Might and also training with Bakugo, which got them a lot more stronger than their original counterparts, making them almost as strong as when they took the licensing exam, but not strong mentally, if anything. With that said, and they're about to take on the practical exam for the entrance exam. With that said, let's get into this. As Izuku is wondering and is even trying to focus and clear his mind, he's soon thinking about all the participants, and also thinking about his wild side, and remember something that All Might told him. As Izuku began going into more and more detail, but mostly what others say about his wild side, All Might begins thinking, then why not let it go? You're suppressing it because you're afraid on what you might do. Try using it on something else, like focusing on protecting somebody, like you did as your kid. It seemed like you did have some control over it when you first used it, right? As Izuku soon realized, maybe so, but still, as All Might saying, your master told you to find a way to control it. I think the best way to control it is to accept it. Try the best way you can to accept this form. As Izuku hears this and remembers these words, as soon after, the doors begin to open and President Mike says, "Go!" With that, all the participants and even Izuku begins rushing out. As Izuku rushes through the gate alongside Ida, with both of them neck to neck, as Ida, surprised seeing Izuku, was able to catch up with him, thinking, does he have a speed quirk like me? It doesn't seem like it, but maybe it's possible. As Izuku is using One for All, he began learning how to master it easily, but in a way, he's already using Full Cow with his already enhanced speed, which he's doing. If anything, he's more humoring, Ida than anything, as he cuts through multiple robots, which being 5 robots, with his second form, Gale, cut and destroying three 3-point robots, and one 2-point robot and one 1-point robot easily without even trying. As everyone sees this, they soon realize that he was carrying a sword. As they begin thinking, is it right to carry a sword like that? I mean, it's understandable, but damn, that's terrifying. As Izuku sees more robots coming after him, he uses his arc slash, but a different arc slash. This time, he engulfs the flame. He generates his flames through his sword and through the sheath, and once releasing it, he screams out, "Crimson Slash!" And all the robots that are in front of them was cut down easily, being at least 2 3-point robots, 4 2-point robots, and 5 1-point robots, all in a straight line, easily killed. As everyone saws, wait, so he has a fire quirk too? Does this guy have multiple quirks? As everyone begins thinking, is that even possible? Izuku just didn't want to stop. He kept going and going with his enhanced speed and his new power, having a more control over his flames easier than he did before. As all the other teachers in the modding room see this, they see many with high potentials. They also see Izuku, who seems like he has the best potential as at most. With that, as Izuku keeps racking up points after points after points, easily getting through this pretty well, as he begins thinking, this is way too easy. There has to be something to this than I'm thinking. After that, he soon hears a rumbling all around him, and then he soon sees a giant robot, which he begins realizing is the 0 Point robot. As everyone begins running for their lives, Izuku decides to kill at least 3 more robots, which being 2 Point and 1 Point as well. And while doing that, he begins heading on his own until he stops himself and hears a scream. He sees a brunette girl under some rubble, and realizes that he needed to go, but he knows that he couldn't. That he needed to stop. That he needed to help her in some way, which he ends up doing. He cuts through the debris that was on top of her and removes what's left, and removes what's left. Asking her, "Are you okay?" The girl's saying, I think my leg is sprained. I can't move." As he soon carries her, and she feeling a little bit, embarrassed and blushing like crazy, as he says, "Hang on." He tries to find a safe place to put her while trying to evade the giant 0 Point robot, doing as much as he can. He soon he finds an alley where the 0 Point robot won't step on her or won't see that she's here. As she says, "Wait, where are you going?" As he was about to say that he was going to get some more points, but realized that 0 Point robot is the most dangerous thing here, and that he can't just sit here and do nothing. As he rushes out there and says to take that thing down. Soon after, he releases more crimson slashes and tries to cut through the robot with his flaming shockwave slash, but it to no avail. Soon after, he tried busting out his S-Craft technique. That was his crimson slash. Once again, he slashes through the outside of the robot, but it's still standing. As Izuku begins thinking, damn, what am I gonna do? If I can't cut this thing down, what else is there? Soon after that, Izuku begins wondering if he should bust out his wild side, and alongside his newest technique, the Termination Slash, Dawn, a technique that he did when training with Bakugo, trying to move faster and hit people faster before realizing it. Doing this, Bakugo allowing this technique, helping him realize his technique. He's thankful, but he doesn't know if he can use it with a robot yet, or if his sword is strong enough to cut through it. But maybe there is one way. As he soon begins remembering what All Might told him, to accept it. Don't deny his wild side anymore. Don't let it control him, and don't control it. Just think of it as an extension of himself. After this, the 0 Point robot was soon on top of Izuku and was about to crush him. As everyone saw this, and even Ochiko as well, as she screams, "Look out!" Soon after, Izuku's in a dark void. As he looks around him, he sees seven other people, as he doesn't know who these people were, as they all are facing down somebody in front of them with the same figure as Izuku, but all in shadows. As he says, "So, you brought them along instead of facing me yourself. I guess it shows that you really are a coward, Izuku." As he says, You're me, aren't you? I'm the side of you that wants power. The side of you that wants to destroy those who stand in your way. The side of you that wants to protect everything that you hold dear. But it seems like you've gained a new power, thinking that you don't need me anymore. I guess it makes sense. After that, Izuku tried to say, but then after, the other shadowy figures stand in front of Izuku as he begins wondering who they are, and wonders if they're the past holders of One for All. As soon after saying this, he soon walks through one of them, as the one that he walks through tries to stop him, as he says, "It's okay." Soon after, it lets go of him, and he says, "Look, I was scared of you, and I think I still am. I don't want to be consumed by anger and rage. That's something that a villain would be. But I need your power, not in the way to destroy those who hurt those I care about, but in the way of protecting what I hold dear and protecting the innocent. Don't you want to be a hero, just like me?" After saying that, the red eyes of the shadowy Izuku began turning green and saying, "Of course I do." As Izuku reaches his hand, the shadowy Izuku reaches out to him as well, and soon a flash of light, and what's in front of Izuku is a crystal. With that, Izuku realized that he's already in his wild form, with his hair turning white, his eyes going red, and his flames turning a blackish purple. After that, he cuts the hand of the giant 0-point robot easily, without even trying. As everyone sees this, and they all see Izuku, well and easy, as they say, "Whoa, did he just transform? His appearance just changed." After that, Izuku rushes at the 0-point robot without even noticing he was also using One for All. As he said, "As it's time to end this once and for all." As he takes a deep breath and says, "My blade, cold as steel, will cleave through the darkness." As his dark flames consume his blade, and soon rushes at the 0-point robot, getting behind it before he could even realize it. Then onto the side, and the other side, then on front of it. He soon cuts it 5 times, and soon he walks behind the arm. He walks in front of the arm that he already cut off, and soon sheaths his sword. After that, a giant explosion full of dark flames consume the robot, cutting it into pieces and burning it into ash. As he says, "Termination / Dawn." With that, the 0-point robot was nothing but ash floating through the wind. As everyone's jaws began dropping, Izuku soon let go of his darkness, and soon went to his knees, realizing that took a lot out of me than expected. I feel like my body is shaking like crazy. As that, the exam soon ends. The entrance exam soon ends. After that, many of the teachers are impressed on what Izuku just did and saying that he has great potential. A week has passed and Izuku hasn't heard anything from UA. He soon called up Bakugo and says, "Hey, Kachan, have you got anything from UA yet?" As he says, "Nope, not one bit." As he tells him, "Great. Well, I'll catch you. I'll call you later and see what anything changed." As Bakugo saying, "Don't worry, nerd. Knowing I already heard what happened. It's all over the freaking net. You're one's crazy son of a bitch, if I do say so." As Izuku saying, "Oh yeah, I guess you saw the video." Soon after, as Bakugo saying, "Don't try to show me up like that again, because next time I'll be better than you think." And after that, hanging up, and Izuku saying, "Well, good night to you too, Kachan." Soon after calling him, soon after putting his phone down, his mom rushes through his room and in a panicking voice saying, "Izuku, you have a letter from UA." As Izuku is wondering, hesitating on how he should open it. I mean, he knows he did pretty well, but was it well enough to get into UA? He could have used that spare time in destroying other robots instead of taking on the Zero Pointer. After that, but he decides to open it, and soon a hologram of All Might is shown. As he says, "Young Izuku Midoriya, we've seen you in the entrance exam, both in your written and practical, which it shows that you've done amazingly well. You had at least the second highest score in the entrance exam, showing that you truly are talented. The reason that you made at least second in this exam is due to you doing rescue points, defeating the 0-point robot easily without even trying. And it would be a shame to get rid of a strong and capable student like this." These words, I'm glad to say, welcome to your Hero Academia. And the hologram ends, and soon Izuku begins crying like crazy, saying, "I did it. I actually did it. I made it into UA." And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Also, like and subscribe. Also, before I end the video, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you want Izuku to have a harem? Because just like in the Cold Steel game, in the Cold Steel saga, Rean has a bit of a harem, both in the first and second game, and especially in the third game. So tell me guys below if you guys want Izuku to have a harem. With that said, and whoever has the highest, I'll decide it. At any rate, this is Leon Mookie signing out. Later.